Hello and welcome to another update on Solana. We want to take a look at the microstructures here. I received a few questions, so we want to try to answer these in the video. First of all, the overall idea remains that Solana is in a correction here, that we have seen the top of a wave one on the, I think it's the 14th or 13th of May, where the price topped around $185 and then a subsequent pullback in wave 2 labeled A, B, C in wave A. Again, this here might have been the B wave, but then the move down isn't really a 5-wave move, so we'll talk about that in a minute. You might recall also, if you watched the videos, that I highlighted that if the A wave down is a 3-wave move, there is a high likelihood that the B wave extends, so that this was not all of the B wave, but rather it needs an extension. And then we go down. So at the moment, the idea is whatever's happening here in the box, it's a black box, is a correction. Okay, that's the idea. Because whether we call this move up maybe a 4th wave, which is technically still valid, but kind of makes little sense now, or it's some kind of a B wave in wave 3 if this move down isn't diagonal. That's sort of what I'm tracking on the Bitcoin chart as well. Or even, you know, whether this is a C wave up in the larger B wave, so this B extends. That's all part of a correction. It's even possible that whatever's happening here is a triangle. Because 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and if we now rally higher, form a lower high, then this starts to become a scenario to track. It's important though, hold on, let me shift that a bit. It's important to understand with this double bottom structure here that is a possibility, but it's not like a classical triangle because we don't have enough we don't have enough data for a triangle. So I would not normally consider a triangle as first indication, but I think the overarching scenario is here, let's say the main takeaway or the main thesis is this is some kind of a correction that's unfolding here. Yeah? Double bottom structures usually don't hold, they often break, and therefore I don't assume at this point that a substantial low has formed yet. I would need to see further evidence. So obviously the pullback is seen as just a corrective pullback in a larger uptrend. So it is bullish, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bearish on Solana. Just highlighting there is no evidence the correction is over. And based on the nanostructure right now, seems like we're still in a correction. So the move up above resistance, I wouldn't really call it sustained break yet, but this was our first resistance area, which means the move down is not an impulse. So we need to consider, okay, what else could it be? Let's check some options here. One scenario is, obviously I've already highlighted that. One scenario is that we're dealing with a diagonal pattern to the downside. Let me think. A diagonal is possible. I don't like so much that idea though, based on the nanostructures. Yeah, don't like that idea so much. So a scenario that makes a little more sense might be a WXY structure. It's not normally the first scenario you would start to consider when you are tracking a correction, but when we have movements like these, then this is definitely something to check. What does it mean, WXY? It means the wave W is a 3-wave move, ABC, done. The move up is an X wave, done. And we could now move down also in an ABC structure. So ABC, ABC, and another ABC. So A, B, C. So that's what I said. The move up, whatever's happening, is likely just part of a correction. However you want to call it, a wave 4 or a B wave. And it could be doing this, yeah. So that's one scenario. And again, in the other one is that this is simply an extension of that corrective rally that already potentially topped here in this X wave on the 11th of June. So I think we just need a little more, let's say, price data to clearly be able to identify which one it actually is. But all of that doesn't really matter because what really counts is that the bulls turn up before we break below the $109.78 level. What we can add to the chart as well is maybe again a resistance area for this B wave. I don't call it strong resistance, it's weak resistance because it's for a B wave, and B waves don't respect resistances so well, because it might be the yellow B wave, absolutely okay. But what if we go higher? It might just be the larger B wave. So we have to, but you have some levels to watch here, $154 to $162. And if there is a rejection and we see a break below the last low at 142.20, then it could send us towards $129, which still seems to be an ideal target to complete this overall correction for now. So yeah, just moving up and down in corrective structures. Situation hasn't changed, yeah, just messing around there a little bit. And I think with the data that we have here, we have to prepare for a little bit more corrective price action. That's the update on Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure to check out our X profile for additional updates. You can also let us know which coins you think deserve some more attention this week on X. I asked a question here today. It's pinned to our profile. You can let us know. And the coins with most, let's say, engagement will be covered this week on X. So there are some additional updates in addition to the updates you find on YouTube. I've linked it in the comment section. Thanks so much. Have a great start to the week. Bye-bye.